What do you do?
Well, there are 5 steps. The first thing we have to do is distinguish between stress behavior and misbehavior. Stress behavior is kind of like being sick. It has its own signs. Then we've got to figure out what are the stressors. And an awful lot of these stressors today are what are called hidden stressors. So you've got some right now. These lights for you are a hidden stressor. And they burn a lot of energy. Then we've got to figure out how do we reduce the stressors, and that's what your daughter needs to learn how to do. But the big step really is becoming aware of when I'm overstressed. We're seeing a generation of kids who really don't know what calm feels like. And then the last step is, okay, what are we going to do to fix this? What are we going to do?
How is this different than mindfulness, which is another word we hear a lot of?
So the problem that we're seeing is typically when you do mindfulness, it might be, say, breathing exercises or yoga, and that's terrific for some kids. The problem is a lot of kids will actually get agitated by trying to do that. So there's no one size fits all here. Instead, what the kid has to learn is what works for me. And so I've got a son who's a hockey player. What works for him is shooting pucks at the garage door, unfortunately.
Sorry for your garage.
Mom won't replace it. Every child is different, and you know what? They're changing all the time. So we really do need the other 4 steps so that we can learn by trial and error what's working.
We just have about 30 seconds left, but what if the parent doesn't know what calm feels like? How do you teach it?
$1,000,000 question, and you're absolutely right. So really what we're seeing is a contagion of stress in all of us. So self-reg does start with mom and dad or whoever.
Yeah, calming down first. Dr. Stuart Shanker, again, the book is called Self-Reg. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Liz.
So as Stuart has mentioned, the whole piece is us. We are the strategy. We are the person. We are the person that is going to actually take a look at these different pieces. Now I'm just trying to move your space bar over here a little bit, so I'll be able to get back to that presentation. Talking again, what Stuart was talking about was all of the different pieces here of being able to understand reframing that behavior, recognizing where those stressors, and we can't always recognize where that particular stress is coming, but these are the 5 hints. Going back once again, those are the 5 hints that kind of give us the clues. Have to be looking at whether it's biological, whether it's something someone said, trying to help others fit in or not fit in. The whole cognitive piece. A lot of times for my parents at this point in time, how do you use technology? That is the biggest piece of all. And then my job is to reflect, being very aware of perhaps the stress may be coming from the cognitive piece and the pro-social piece. And this is where we take a look. A lot of times, absolutely a lot of times when you and I are over at PSP and we're just trying to get rid of some of that energy, playing racquetball, playing tennis, we need to have that high energy and high tension. At times, it's very helpful for us. At times, it is not to be so helpful in what we call this high energy, low tension. This actual graphic is taken from Robert Thayer's work, taking a look at managing energy, tension, and stress. So your stressors are very aware again as to basically how you are attacking a situation or whether you're working through a situation. Whenever we're managing our stress, we're taking a look at the best way to get through this pandemic, the best way to move forward. We're learning and we're growing. We want to be adaptive. We want to be growth-minded. The biggest piece is we really have to watch when we're getting into our low energy and our low tension or high tension. Those are the pieces we are going to have to recognize and be able to tell each other what we can actually learn. So self-reg is a powerful method for understanding stress and managing. You have to remember that the stress is the piece that we are at this point in time learning and growing through. And the anxiety is the piece where we continue to either relive those stressors or move forward from what we have learned. Your basic and best shot is always to go to the Self-Reg website. And we're always taking a look at selfreg.ca, which is actually, if I just click on that, and I'll take you right there. And lots of different tools, lots of different blogs, lots of different pieces, lots of videos that are here and able. There's many free things that they're offering right now at this point in time. And it is a lot of info sheets through the resources and the infographics that will also help you. Stuart has 4 books. I particularly am working through the Self-Reg Handbook for Educators, taking a deeper look at that. But every parent, a right-hand book is the Self-Reg, how to deal with that. And that, of course, is available for all parents to order. So any questions that I can answer, or any questions that we can maybe take a look at?
Okay, thanks, Tina, for providing us that brief presentation. Very good information, especially, I know there's no one size fits all, but I think during this pandemic, those 5 indicators will really help parents get through this difficult time. We all know it's a challenging time, especially young ones who are unable to see their teachers or friends. I know that you use a lot of self-regulation in your teaching philosophy and practice. Can you provide parents with a couple self-reg tools that you use in your classroom or at home that they could use during this pandemic? So whether that's your self-reg toolkit or just a couple things that really work with some kids that might be more challenging in your classroom.
One of the pieces, younger children, kindergarten, grade 1, they have a really difficult time with wait time. So one of the pieces that's easily able to do, and certainly it's available on every internet search engine, is what we call a weight jar. So if you take a little bit of oil, or if you take a little bit of bath gel, add a little bit of sparkles to it, and put a Lego dude in it. Put it any plastic jug at all. And what you'll find within the bath gel is this little Lego dude will scooch up very slowly, turn the bottle around, and the Lego kind of scoots down. You can use any type of a Lego dude. You could use a small little couple of marbles. You can use whatever you like. And it just gives that child a couple minutes where they wait to see the actual little Lego dude scoot up, gives him a chance to kind of reframe his behavior and be able to maybe say, I'm a little upset about I didn't get a turn on the computer. One of the biggest pieces that we're looking at is this wait time with the computers, because we've got 3 or 4 kids trying to use one Chromebook or one laptop. Mom and Dad, make the learning fit for you. You are there to support your family. We all know in military families, it's the family that comes first. Yes, the learning is definitely important. Absolutely. The key issue is you make the learning fit for you. You take the time of when you want to spend the time. If you feel, for example, that your mom is out there on the frontline learner and dad is out there military every day, maybe responding to your teacher's request of doing a COVID assignment is not for your family at this time. Take the time to just have a quick message with the teacher and say, this is an assignment that my son, my daughter is not really capable of focusing on because of the threat to us as frontline learners or frontline workers. Please take the time for yourself. Reduce your stressors. Make sure that you're only doing the learning that fits for your family. If it's an assignment that doesn't work, if it's too much time on one piece or the other, let your teacher know. One of the pieces I often communicate to my parents is, this isn't right for you, let me know. But the other piece is to make that time to connect face-to-face to your kids, whether it's around the dinner table, whether around the lunch table. We're actually talking about the kitchen table learning site. So you're not only having your meals there, but you're doing your learning there as well. Take the time, put your phones away, put your devices away, and spend the time out in the backyard just as a family. Spend the time, gathering around one of those small propane fires, because we do have a fire ban on. Spend the time just sitting around in a circle. Take the time to be spending with each other, because this is a once in a lifetime moment. And make sure that you try to find one small thing that you're grateful for every single day. That'll make a world of difference as well.
All right, that was awesome, Tina. I think that answered most of my questions, because I think you nailed it with your presentation. Is there anything else that you want to add that parents can use, or are there some resources that you could email me, and when I post the video, I can post the resources with it?
For sure, I will definitely add the PowerPoint that I've shared with you today. But most importantly, during this pandemic, take your time to be you. Take your time to find your personal space. Put your own face mask on first. Look after yourself, because you need to look after yourself in order to be there for your kids. We do have lots of wonderful, on our school board website, we have lots of what we call offline learning. We have also lots of different math pieces that I can send along with the UQBN website, lots of other great little math pieces that we can certainly do. I'll send along a math challenge. Take the time though, more than anything, just take the time to be there for yourself. Take your special 5 minutes a day, whether it's taking the time in the washroom all by yourself, taking the time in your bedroom. Take 5 minutes, just sit outside, become quiet, become calm, and understand that you are the most incredible person that you could possibly ever be in this moment for your family. It's the most amazing thing you can do. And I will send along, I know Hastings Prince Edward District School Board is also reaching out to those parents who do not have technology. They are offering different paper versions of the different pieces, and we'll make sure that Hillary has those resources as well to pass along. You can always follow me on Twitter at Blischuk, at BLYSCHUK. You can always follow our Hastings and Prince Edward District HPEDSB Better Together hashtag. We are here for you, parents. We are here. We're ready to listen. And whatever this next step is, we will take it together because we are better together.
Tina, awesome. I will leave it at that. You rocked my socks off the floor here. Really great to have you on. Us recreation professionals aren't really the experts in the education field. We preach play, recreation, and leisure. We aren't the experts in the education field. Yes, we do provide educational programming, but it was great to have it from a teacher's point of view today. Really great to have you. I will leave it at that.